Guy Ritchie was like, I'm sick of y'all hating on me. Y'all about to put some respect on my name. Hey everyone, it's Sharana from Pay or Wait, and today I'm going to be reviewing The Gentleman, which is directed by Guy Ritchie, who's also responsible for writing the screenplay. This film stars Matthew McConaughey, Jeremy Strong, Charlie Hunnam, Michelle Dockery, Colin Farrell, Hugh Grant, Henry Golding. Guys, can we just have a moment of silence for this cast? Just a moment of silence real quick. Okay, so for those of you who are new to my channel, welcome, hello. I tell you what I liked about the film, what I didn't like about the film, and should you pay your way to see this film in theaters. So going into, well, I guess first I gotta tell you what the movie's about without giving any spoilers away. This is gonna be a spoiler-free review, so don't you worry your pretty little heads on anything. But a British drug lord played by Matthew McConaughey, he is basically trying to sell his empire. But then the film really focuses around the story of him trying to close the sale and also to some obstacles that arise. That's pretty much all I'm going to say. This is all that you guys really need to know. You don't need to know anything before you go in here, but to just have a good time. So, going into what I enjoyed about The Gentleman, I do want to give a nod to Guy Ritchie, who's responsible for writing the screenplay. He wrote the story. He came up with the story with two others, but he's responsible for writing the screenplay. And I thought that he did a very fantastic job with this, keeping this genre, this British gangster genre, also to mix with the comedy, and really just how he lays out this story coming from different perspectives. I thought it was very well done. Now, the casting. This is such a great cast. I literally enjoyed every single person on screen, which is really hard for me to for that to happen, because normally I'd find at least one person annoying, but I absolutely loved all of the actors involved in this film. Now, there are those who stand out more than others. For me, it was definitely Colin Farrell. I loved his character coach. Oh my goodness. He was so funny, and I really love kind of the characters that he gets intertwined with. I don't want to give anything away, so I'm being very vague, but I thought that it was just all so hilarious. I really, really enjoy Colin Farrell, but I will have to say that Hugh Grant definitely takes the cake for me. His characters are kind of our narrator of the movie. And when it first started, I was just like, I don't know how I feel about this. If I have to listen to him this entire film, I don't think I can do it. But once they find their footing, it is so funny. I have loved the roles that Hugh Grant has been choosing as of recently. I just think that they are so fun. They're so over the top. And I think that he commits to it. He's having a great time. And it literally, you just want to see more and more of him on screen. And I love how his character, he loves cinema. And so kind of his nods to other films, but also to nods to films within Guy Ritchie's filmography. I thought that they did a very fantastic job with that. And he's so funny that there's kind of this reoccurring joke that happens throughout the film that really should have gotten old. It should have been okay, this is the 10th time you made the joke like this. I don't want to hear it anymore. But I'll have to say that it was so funny. The way that he just fully commits to it and keeps going and going and going. I was just like, I should be sick of this, but I'm not. Keep going. I just need to get my entire life. He was definitely one of my favorite characters. But I will also have to say, for Matthew McConaughey, we've all seen him be charming, very charismatic. You want to watch him on screen. But he plays this drug lord. Who's kind of just I want to just chill out. I want to retire. I want to live my best life while I can enjoy living my best life. But there's moments that he has so many different sides to him. They give you little glimpses to see why he's in the position that he's in, why he is the head honcho. And there were moments I was just like, oh my God. I had to clutch my pearls a couple of times because I was like, Matthew, I'm a little scared right now. You are about that life and I was here for it. But also too, what I would have to say is I also enjoyed Jeremy Strong. I just wanted to see a little bit more from his character. While his character is important, I felt like I didn't get to see that much of him, or to really get to see him shine the way that I know he does on Succession or in other projects. Now, Henry Golding did a great job. Charlie Hunnam did a great job as well. Everyone did a really great job. I don't have time to go through every single person. Now, Also, too, Michael, I think it's Michael Williamson or Wilkinson, who's responsible for the costume design for The Gentleman. I thought he did an absolutely fantastic job. I loved everyone's wardrobe. Like, I definitely, Michelle Dockery's character, I just wanted to be her. I was like, can you just send me all of her outfits in plus size, please, so I can fit them? Because she was doing the dang old thing. But I thought that everyone looked absolutely magnificent. Now, also too, what I will have to say is there's a great use of music in the film, and also too, the comedy is just there. It's weird because me and British humor, we really don't mix that well. We just don't be vibing. But for The Gentleman, I laughed so much. I laughed at times when no one else in the theater was laughing, but I was like, you know what? If this is the hill that I need to die on because I thought this was funny, I was totally here for it. And I was just laughing by myself, having a good old time. Now, what I will say is there's a lot of excessive language. I know that some people are going to find things problematic. There was one joke where I was just like, where y'all going with this? And then I was like, oh, okay, you right. That was funny. But there was another moment I was just like, okay, I'm trying to ride with y'all, but y'all just said this like a little bit too many times where I'm just like, whew, my nerves is bad. But I was just like, I overall still found the movie to be very funny. But I know that there's going to be some people who are offended. But for me, I had a good time, okay? You got to learn how to take a joke sometimes. But going into what I didn't like about the film, and it's really not that much, is one big thing. But as I said, it took a while for the pacing, for them to really find their groove. But once we got there, like, it was great. But the biggest thing that made me upset, I literally had a moment where I had to just be like, are you serious right now? Like, we really did this? And it centers around Michelle Dockery's character, who I really enjoy. For her to be one of the only main women in this film, she was absolutely fantastic. I was like, that is how I want the only woman in this film to act. I was like, you better. But there's a scene that happens with her character that I was literally just like, why did you do this? This was so unnecessary. It doesn't even fit with the character. It doesn't even fit with the other character that it involves. Like, it makes no sense why they will make these decisions, and that really took me out of it. But to be honest with you guys, outside of that, I had a very great time with The Gentleman. I just really love this film. I thought that it was funny. I thought that it had tense moments. It had some good action. I just thought it was so well done. Most importantly, to the screenplay with Guy Ritchie, but also to this amazing cast that they have. For any of you guys who felt like Guy Ritchie's been off lately, I feel like a lot of the original Guy Ritchie fans, for the movies that they were first invested in with him, I think they will really enjoy this. Especially if you like the British gangster genre, I think that you would have a very fantastic job with The Gentleman. And I need you guys to go support The Gentleman. And I have to say this because we didn't get the support that we needed for King Arthur. And yes, I said King Arthur. I liked it. I will die on this hill happily, gladly, okay? And also to The Man from U.N.C.L.E., another travesty that was not granted a sequel. I just really need us to come together as a community and support this film. So what I would tell you guys to do with you and your coins for The Gentleman, I would tell you to pay to see this film in theaters. You are going to have a great time. You are going to laugh. You're going to see some great performances from a stellar cast, okay? You're going to see some good action. You're going to just have your entire life given to you. You're going to have a great time. So yeah, those are pretty much my thoughts on The Gentleman. As always, my name is Sharona from Pay or Wait, and if you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and make sure you hit that notification bell. And I love you guys 3000. I'll see you soon.